Hi, good evening. Hello, Facebook. It's your girl, Tara Nicole, checking in real quick, and I do mean real quick. I am here. Let me start over. I hope you all had a wonderful and happy 4th of July. I took a break last week, and I was thinking about taking another break this week, but that wouldn't be fair to you or me because I miss being here with you guys. It is July the 12th, 2018. I'm Tara Nicole here at Empower, Ignite, and Uplift. I hope you had a wonderful and prosperous 4th of July. I know in Birmingham, which is my hometown, so to speak, it is alumni week for my high school, and they are getting crunk, like for real. They are having a good time there in Birmingham. So I hope everything has been going well so far, and everyone has been sharing their posts, their pictures. It's been some good, clean fun, and just everyone has been, celebrating being a Woodline Colonel. So I am missing that fun, but hopefully I'll be there this weekend. I want to say that I missed you all last week, and I have had a pretty busy day today. Just some meetings. My son's his girlfriend, she turned 18. Happy 18th birthday, Zaria. And driving them around and things of that nature. And just so I am not dressed in my empowerment clothing, but I'm still here to empower, ignite, and uplift you. And it's summertime, so why not see me in a different light, right? So I have had some pretty, the last couple of weeks have been pretty active for me, pretty busy. But as far as energy-wise and things shifting and changing, and, my tagline is stay focused at the course. So everything has been trying to happen to knock me off focus and knock me off course. However, I refuse to let those things stop me. And this kind of ties into tonight's topic, the real fake news. So I had something else planned, but as I mentioned before, I get on sometimes and, I have this idea in my mind of what I'm going to talk about. However, sorry, my allergies are just, this weather, my sinuses, I sneezed all the way home, so my eyes are a little peaked. But anyway, so I was getting up and I had another topic in mind, and it was like just the things I was thinking about that have happened with me over the last couple of weeks, especially with different, people, things going on around me, some things with my car. And I'm like, those things come to distract us. Those things come to distract us, to get us off focus, to get us off track. And it's like, I began to talk to myself, and I was walking upstairs from my basement. Hey, Nikisia, I was like, you know what? This is fake news. That is what the real fake news is. So often we hear the people on media and the news and the president. I haven't watched TV for real in a long time. And I wanted to put this disclaimer out. It's not that I'm against TV. I just, other things, I'm working on. And this, I haven't really watched it. But when I do cut it on and watch it, it's the same thing. He did something, somebody else did something, and everybody's still saying it's fake news. So the topic just popped in my head walking up the steps is like, this is all fake news because this too shall pass. So that kind of leads in to how I got the topic. And I'm like, Lord, I don't, but again, if you've joined me live before, you know that I may have a plan, but his may be different. So when his is different, I follow what he says because he has his plan, his thoughts, his ways are higher, greater, bigger, and he knows not only what I need, but what you all need. So I am Tara Nicole, here to empower, ignite, and uplift. It's time to let's get hot, honest, open, and transparent. Again, I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. I hope the summer is going by so fast. I made a post previously about it'll be back to school immediately after the 4th of July, and 2 days later, I'm walking in the store after getting back into Georgia, and there was the back to school sign on the door. So it's like, the seasons are different because the weather's crazy, but we don't really have summer the way we used to. So hopefully everyone took time and spent it with their families, and it's all patriotic and about freedom. But I hope that the freedom that we are, hoping to experience or feeling is the freedom inside, not just the freedom in this country. We do have a lot of freedoms compared to other people, excuse me, but just the freedom inside, the peace you want to have, that's the real freedom that you have, walking in that freedom. So anyway, I want to thank you for liking, sharing, following, subscribing. I'm trying to go global, as they say, on these different platforms, but it's always an issue. So I don't know. I have this new, my new little camera, webcam. It makes my videos look really nice on the computer, but for some reason they still is like delayed or something. I have to figure it out. Anyway, I'm not going to waste too much time on that. I want to say that I also had a thought like a couple weeks ago, and I always talk about God. I'm not going to not talk about him. I mean, I'm not so heavenly bound. I'm no earthly good. I like to have fun, but he is my source. He is my strength. He is leading me on this path, and I am like literally, what is this, the 12th? Like a week and a half away from like really jumping into this career, or to this platform of my career of being a full-time entrepreneur and a part-time educator. And I think my first, few posts I just look at, I've grown tremendously, and I just want to take the first few minutes before I get into the content to say, I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful. Like, I haven't like mastered everything or conquered everything, but I've mastered a lot. So I don't take it lightly about, what I've done, what I've accomplished thus far after being, so many years, 20 years over in another career. All my degrees are in that career. So the things I've learned, the trial and error, the investments, the partnerships, and the connections that I've made, how I've evolved, how I've grown, how I've matured, even with my response and reaction. Like every topic I've talked about to this point has been about my experience. That's why it's called Let's Get Hot, honest, open, and transparent, because it's like, this is my stuff. And of course I can tell you so much more, but it's, in due time, in due season. And even with that, this whole journey, whatever journey you're on, whatever thing you're doing, whatever aspirations you may have, whatever goals you're trying to reach, it doesn't have to be like leaving your job. You may love your job. So it's never limited to one thing. And I hope that you all don't, and when you're watching and listening, that's not your interpretation. It's attached to anything, with my health, and I was listening to something earlier today, and it was talking about, sometimes what I found myself doing, not like rudely, or it is on purpose, but it's in purpose. It's like not holding things in, not hold whatever I'm feeling, whatever the truth of the matter is, whatever, not holding back a feeling, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent, because I'm more concerned about hurting your feelings or disappointing you or this, that, or the other. I'm not in that place anymore. I'm not in here to hurt anyone or offend them, but I'm not here to carry that weight, invisible weight or the physical weight. But the thing is, the things that we carry inside, those secrets, this wasn't even part of my topic, but this is what's here. The secrets make you sick. And we've heard that before, and people talk about it and they be like, no, but they do. You carry that. So suppressing that stuff shows up on the outside. It does affect our body, but also, you want to listen to your body, listen to your mind. Like last week, I took a time out. I was like, you know what? I'm on a time out. I still work, but I just kind of stepped away from this life, because my personal life had things going on. My home, my air, my car, just different things. But all of it is a distraction. It's relevant now to address it, but it's still all a distraction. It's something it's a test to see, are you going to shut down? Are you going to be frustrated? Are you going to cuss and fuss? Or are you going to just keep pushing through? A couple of weeks I talked about the push through, the perseverance. It has to have its perfect work. So you have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to look at the discomfort as something that is shaping you, molding you, making you. We had a masterclass last night with Clutter Free Society. I'm in that group, and with listening and the parts that I've heard, it confirmed what I already been feeling and saying. Like this discomfort, this thing of not, like, I'm a person who has to know. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's just my nature. So I know how to plan. But that's why I give God all glory and I reverence him on this journey, because it has been nothing like I thought it would be, or what I thought it should be, or the path I should take, or the steps, or the people who I thought would be on board automatically, or the places, or the things. He has used people that I least expect, people who were once strangers and now we're, acquaintances or friends, or building a relationship, or network, So it's like, oh, it's like he says, I know the plans I have for you. Now he gave me this. He gave me this vision, this mission, this purpose. He gave it to me. So, but he has the how. I just have the no. So all that to say, whatever it is that you're working towards, whatever it is that you want to do, listen to your body. I know I work out a lot. I post, I walk, because I'm listening to my body. And so, and I want to live and not die. I mean, I'm not old, but I'm not young, because 42 is not 22. But the thing is, you want to listen, because I do want to be here. And if it may not, I want to live, and my left foot is staying swollen for whatever reason. So, okay, I'm not eating a lot of salt. So the next step is to go see what it is. So this is the thing also about when I talk about the real fake news. I'm going to get into it, but I want to say this. I'm going to start just we're not in church service. So, let the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable. And that's like, oh Lord, my strength and my redeemer. Because when I come on here, it's not really about me. I mean, and when I say to other people, it applies to myself. But I'm here to empower, ignite, and uplift other people, to let you know whatever it is you're facing, going through, whatever obstacle, whatever thing that didn't work out the way you thought, or when you should, or how it should. Hey Carol, hey Don, it's not a matter of, I mentioned in the last video, I was like, you have to look at things. It's like, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Like, what is this for? Instead of asking why, what is it for? So again, I woke up the other morning and I'm thinking about my car. Got to get a new car. I didn't really talk about it, but the June 29th, or no, whatever, a couple weeks ago, it was hit. So then I got the news yesterday, it's totaled out. So that I have a warranty on my home, and on my homeowner's insurance, the home warranty, I'm sorry, but I have had the worst trouble with them coming to repair this air. This is the third company coming on tomorrow. What else? Just small people calling me out the blue, just not staying in their own lane, address. It's just all these things that come to distract you, frustrate you, get you off task, off course. And it's like, and I watch, I don't know if you all watch, but I watch Kelly Lane like in the mornings, or I catch the replay when I'm working out. And all her topics, all the topics of the discussion, like, if God did it before, he'll do it again. We want him to know that if it's him, Lord, show me it's you. So all that to say, like, all these different things, hey Carol, have come trying, get me off focus. But when I say that I've grown, I've evolved, I'm not panicking, I'm not frustrated, I'm not irritable. I'm just like, Lord, this on you. Everything that's happening, all these transitions, all these shifts, it's all on you. But the thing about it is, you have to have that mindset to understand and to know that it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. It's something that he is allowing you to rediscover about yourself, to discover about yourself, to let go of, to pick up, to drop, even to people. Like, understanding that when seasons are over, they're over. You may love them dearly, but when this time is up, it's up. And it's about learning to release. So the real fake news is this: the enemy wants you to stop. And when I say enemy, it's like, depression, the distractions. And it can come in different ways. We can overspend. We can stay too busy and not be productive. We can be somewhere oppressed. We could be sad. We could be eating too much. We can, isolate ourselves. We can, just different things the things that come, the fake news that comes your way, or that comes around you, even with people, not even this journey of being an entrepreneur. People know me from different aspects, but they don't, or different, roles or professions, or being friends with children, etc. But they don't know Tara Nicole. So, but my point is this. So sometimes it could be lonely, because my conversation isn't about testing and school and kids getting on your nerves, parents, all that. It's about a click funnel. It's about a landing page. It's about a webinar. It's about promoting this, doing that, launching this, doing that. So it's like this whole different conversation. And if you're not around people speaking the same language, I'm not saying I'm always talking about business, but that's where my mind is. And when you're working on something and you're building something, things will come your way to try to discourage you. And we give the enemy too much credit to it's him, but sometimes it's our decisions. It's not his doing, it's our decisions. So it's like when you're working on building a brand or building your business. I don't care if you're trying to graduate from school, if you are trying to get another degree, transfer your job, another career. Even with people, you go to look for something or do something different, but it doesn't work. But then something else comes your way. So what I'm saying is the fake news is this: the enemy will try to make you be discouraged, make you quit, make you stop, make you give up, make you not feel like you can trust people, make you feel like you don't have some people who you can depend on to help you. Or to assist you. But this is the thing, the good news is this: as that post I made, and I was listening to Kelly Lane before, it's like you got to stay on the bus. Some people are going to get off the bus because the bus has several stops, but don't you get off. And the other day, the post, I think it was yesterday, the post was about, you're one exit away from your breakthrough. And the thing about a breakthrough is, and it's like the third time I've heard it, it's called a breakthrough because something has to break down, break off, break loose. There has to be a break in order for something else to come into your life or to flow into your life. I was reading in my own notes and taking notes. Then I watched Kelly Lane. She talked about it. Then I'm on the masterclass call with Angel Richards last night, and she's talking about it. But the whole thing about it is, everyone's talking about my breakthrough is on the way, my breakthrough is coming, but we have to understand that when there's a breakthrough, there's a break. And I often in my posts, I talk about finding the good in everything. Did I want my car to be totaled out? No. But I'm like, Lord, no one's hurt. The blessing in it, I'm talking about the ultimate blessing. I renewed my insurance the day before. The day before. It hadn't even been a full 24 hours. Hey, Eritrea. So what I'm saying is, the real fake news is I can sit up here and be despondent, or I can find the joy in it. I didn't get hurt. My son's with me. He didn't get hurt. The truck got away, and I renewed my insurance the day before. And whatever they're going to give me for my car, I went back and looked at my contract when I bought my car. My car is practically brand new when I got it. It was like 8,000 miles on it or something like that. Was it my dream car? No, but I got it. And it was like, even if you know about my family, my grandmother, we, church, but spiritual, the whole prophetic. And she said, you want a new car? I'm like, no, I don't want a new car. This was like 2 weeks before this happened. So what I'm saying is, the good news is God gives us warnings. He gives us signs. He lets us, he tells us, he talks to us. He even talks to you. And the thing about it is, if someone gives you something prophetically, it's just a confirmation of what you've already been feeling, what you already know. And that could be anything. I'm not saying I knew I was going to have a car accident, but how I was feeling about my car, like, I like it, but I'm like, this is the thing. This is the flip side of what also, this just came to me. Like, we get caught up in, and this is not a dismissive or demeaning type statement, but what I'm saying is, like, for me, I'm approaching my 1-year anniversary of Tara Nicole, Empower, Ignite, Uplift. And I've thought about it before this, and like I said in previous posts, my conversation caught up with time. Here I am. I could have easily just gone and went from one district to the other, but that's not where I'm supposed to be. And I know that, and God showed me that every day, because guess what? I haven't missed a beat. I haven't, nothing. It's different, but I've paid off more things with less quote unquote salary than I have when I had all the salary. So what I'm saying is, when you walking in your purpose, it works out. It's only when you're not in your purpose or what he's called you to do that things begin to unravel, unfold. But it's going to test you. If I'm saying conquer fear every day, but I'm running, hiding, ducking, and tucking, and avoiding, then how can I tell you to conquer fear if I won't conquer my own fears? And conquering your own fears means facing your own truths. And that's not even just about your stuff, but the other people's stuff too. Not letting no passes for nobody. Or, understand you have to make some adjustment, make some changes. So, all the different things that come up against us or change, some things are out of our control, but what about the things that are in our control? What do we do then? It's all about how you respond, how you react. And as I was saying before, it's all about how I've evolved. I haven't panicked. They called about the car. I was like, when she said, I may owe her more than that because I haven't had it that long. But my point is this: the more you practice what you preach, don't let it be just a cliche. So for me, like all the things that have come in my way and my path, the different attacks, the different stuff, I'm like, this don't even make any sense. Like where they come from. But I'm like, you know what? My final answer, my final thought, my final word on it all is this: Lord, it's on you. You brought me here. You've put me in this position. Not he didn't put me here, but this is where you've led me. This is where he has brought me. So I'm not going to abandon ship. The fake news would tell you to leave, to quit, to stop, to, retreat, go back. But why? You got to think of that. You have to look at yourself as being halfway out and not halfway in. I remember I used to tell my students all the time, I said, if you're in the middle of the forest, what do you say? They say, one person may say I'm halfway out, one person I'm halfway in. It's all about your perspective. Even the whole thing about the glass, half full, half empty. But why not either drink the water up or fill the cup up, and then you don't have a problem. But what I'm saying is we are often, well, not often, we are actually our own solution. We are our own problem, we're our own solution. And God is our source. He'll help us. Universe, God, however you believe. I respect everybody's wishes. Like I always say in other broadcasts, we can all learn from each other. The world can use more compassion. The world can use more people who listen. That's the thing. And oftentimes in conversations, people are doing more. They listen to hear. They listen to respond, not listen to hear. And it's like you have to get to the point where you understand that you have to don't even entertain certain things like that. Like I've made some decisions in my life, and when it comes to relationships, friendships, people, things, just whatever. But I'm not going to spend a lot of my energy and a lot of my time trying to convince you that I'm for real. I'm just going to do it. Like if I say I'm done, I'm done. If I'm saying I'm starting, I'm starting. But I'm not going to overly, try to get your attention to let you know I'm starting. And I'm not going to overly try to get your attention to let you know that I'm finished. Or I'm done, or whatever I may say. But it's like when you know who you are and you walking in who you are, you being true to yourself. See, that's the thing that I missed. A lot of us miss. We consider, you're supposed to be considerate, you're supposed to be compassionate. And I'm always listening to things because I'm, getting new content. And then just, you have to feed you. When you give out, you have to replenish yourself as well. But, it's like this whole thing about unconditional love. And I heard it from a different perspective the other day. It's like, yes, it means that you don't do things with a motive, or you don't do things, with the hopes of getting something in return. But it also means that you love, it's unconditional, but I don't mean you take everything. You still have boundaries. And that's with anything. And that's like boundaries are our friend. A lot of people try to avoid them, and people who don't want to implement them, that's where you have a problem. And then the other part of it is this: we may have done some things that we're not proud of, or sometimes we don't even realize how deep we are into something, or how far it has gone, because it becomes such a routine. But you have the power, the mind, the right, more than anything, to change your mind whenever you want to. And like I said before a few months ago, I had a great awakening. I had an enlightenment. I came out of a conscious coma. And it's the whole thing boils down to acceptance. You may deal with somebody, even for yourself. Just use yourself personally. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I need to do this, do that, whatever. But guess what? Until you just wake up and get up and say, you know what? I'm going to go walking every day. It's just as simple as that. You no longer accept the fact that you're not going to not walk. Or you no longer want to, you've accepted the fact that you want to live, you want to be healthy. It's other things that play into that, but we have to move. We got to be active. We got to even get proper rest. I mentioned before a couple of months ago also, I had it backwards. I was staying up late and getting up early. So staying up late meaning like going to bed at 2 and being up at 5:30. My brain was not functioning properly with that. My energy, just your creativity, but your rest. But if I'm wanting to lose weight or needing more energy, you got to have rest. That's why we need it. You need proper rest. You need to rejuvenate, to re-energize yourself, revive yourself, but then give your brain a chance to. That's why when I do like work on my phone, but once I'm sitting down, my phone is away. I detach myself. I can't be on here all night. Even if I'm doing work, I can't be on here all night watching webinars and taking notes. And it's like detach, disconnect, so that when you come back, you can reconnect. My time out. I did some posts, but I wouldn't, I just was like here and there. And I talk about, I embrace my family, enjoy my family. You have to step back so that when you step forward, you can be better. And you have to listen, because if you're no good, it doesn't matter what kind of business I'm doing or my job, my career. Even if I was in corporate America, if I don't take time it's like mind, body, spirit, mind, body, spirit, and your soul. And people don't think about our mental health. Our mental health is very important. Stress, walking around carrying things. That's why you have to release. Go walking, do yoga, breathe. Sometimes just, whatever the case may be. And then you come back and you have a fresh mind. You renew. And, and we have to be careful about all the options that we have. So what I'm saying is this. The real fake news will have you caught up in competing. It'll have you caught up in comparing. It'll have you caught up in thinking that it's going to happen fast. The good news is this. It will happen. It's going to happen. It can happen, especially if you speak it. But it's a process. When we go through even when people have a surgery, if whether it's for your health or you're trying to tuck it and duck it and tighten it up, whatever the case may be, baking a cake, cooking a meal. When they say this is homemade, there was a process to it. Even when you microwave stuff, it's a process, but you want microwave life, or do you want this, this life where this homemade life, this where you can tell, this was cooked, these potatoes were peeled and then mashed, or Idaho, I cook them, so I'm not bashing it, but put it in the hot water and butter and some milk and put it in the stove, and there you go. So it's like, do you want the cake in the store, or do you want the cake that your grandma made, or like my dad used to make, or whatever thing you do well? It's a process, and it's not. But if you can't get to perfection if there's no progression. And I had to talk to myself also and just listen. Like, we try to figure out what's the best product, what's the right thing, what's the this, what I do. So just do something, and you perfect it as you go. If you don't start, you don't start. The best way to start is to start. Nothing beats a failure but a try. Failure is the womb of success. Whatever you're afraid of, but whatever that thing that's pulling on you, whatever that thing that's saying, hey, that you could do for free, you could, and you feel excited about it, and you happy about it. Like, what is that thing? And again, no one's saying you have to leave your job, but if that's something you desire, but what preparation are you making to go? But you can't let fear hold you back, because fear can have it can serve a good purpose, because fear can push you. It can propel you. Because just think about it, if you were in danger, you scared, but you got to decide what I'm going to live or die, you're going to jump because you want to live, or you want to get out. So what I'm saying is, but you can't let fear paralyze you either. You can't let fear hold you back. You can't let fear. I hope I'm still connected, because I see faces, but I can't get distracted by that. But if you hear, just hit a little heart wave or something like that, smiley face, something, let me know that you still connected, because I'm not sure. I think I'm still connected, but I just want to make sure. Anyway, you want to make sure that you are not letting the things that are false, the false evidence, appearing real. You don't want those things to distract you. You don't want those things to be, I saw one thumb, thank you. I don't know who it was, but thank you. You don't want those things to distract you. You don't want those things to take you off course. Several episodes before, where they say, you can't be distracted by the distractions, because you won't know that you're distracted until the distractions have won, because they've already done what they've been sent to do, which is to distract you. And even if so when you are, hi Richard, when you are dealing with certain things, when you are like, okay, so I'm dealing with my car, I'm dealing with the air, the AC people, and I feel like they're just really trying to price gouge. The summertime comes around, everybody's AC is acting up, and so they switching the Freon or the coolant, so they can get price gouge you. But I'm smarter than that. I'm going to ask several questions, but My point is I'm paying the home warranty, I'm paying the deductible, and I'm like, I have 2 units, so we're not over here in an inferno, but I want everything working since I'm paying for it. But am I going to spend all my time on the phone with these people arguing, hey, Unique, or am I going to, I'm going to continue having my business, but I'm going to let me stop me from my day. So you have to have a balance, but you can't let things stop you. You know, I've been at this thing for a year. I know that when it's time, when the guy he just like that, it can do whatever he want to. But it's about learning and growing and processing, not being afraid. It's about answering your own call. You can't have 50 conversations with 50 people about what's for you or what's your thing. Now, you do want to seek wise counsel. That's wisdom. But wise counsel, somebody who knows, somebody who's going to get you where you're going. Do some research. Listen, follow up. We jumping on the flashing and the popping and the blinking and the banking. But you got to know that you know that you know that you know that's what you led to be and do, because everybody is not like you. And that's why talk to me. Everybody's not like me. I may not do anything to get over on somebody or to hurt somebody or to, I'm genuine. I'm a giver. I've been that way all my life, but you have to put limits on it, because everybody they don't deserve it, because they don't want it, and then they don't deserve it and not extend it. But you can't let people make you shrink or fall back. Like, don't hide your good thing because somebody else don't know how to receive it, or because they're not genuine or good or a giver or weren't. And then we have to realize people aren't raised the same way. People don't grow up. So beliefs, but it's like if you want to be a game changer, if you want to break some cycles, stop some circles, you want to just whatever you want to make some changes, you make the changes. And you can't be consumed. You can't be worried about what somebody else think. I'm not saying be rude and, disrespectful, but you got to do what works for you. Fake news will tell you, well, you got to consider everybody else before you consider yourself. The fake news will tell you that you're not going to make it, or everybody got to come with you. No, they don't. And yes, you will make it. Now, you won't make it if you tell yourself you won't make it. If that's what your words are always saying, it's every day like bubbly and rosy. No. But even when I don't feel my best, or I feel like I'm in a place where I'm stuck, or like I'm trying to figure something out, guess what? I still find the good in everything. I step away from it. I go outside. I walk. I listen to something that's going to lift me up. So it's like, you got to figure out what works for you, what's going to help you. I'm not saying walking around pretending like stuff ain't real. It is. But what are you putting your focus on? The fake news will tell you to put your focus on the problem. The good news will tell you, put my eyes on the solution. I'm going to pray for an answer. Seek wise counsel. Somebody's always an expert. I'm an expert at some things, but somebody else is an expert too. Somebody else is better at what I want to do. I may be somebody's answer. They may be my answer. But if we get stuck, if we hide, if we retreat, if we don't speak up, if we don't use our gifts, our talents, if we don't show up, then you'll never get the answer. You'll never have a solution. There'll never be a change. You will never get the life that you want to live. And it's not about just the material things, but more importantly, it's about that peace, that joy, that happiness. But you are the creator of that. You are the creator of that. I'm not telling you something somebody told me, or I just woke up one morning and, oh, honey, I've been through some stuff, some hell, some other stuff. But then I had to come to my senses and say, you control how much more hell you going to take. Now, some things are out of your control, but the things I can control, I'm going to control that. And I can only change myself, but I have to want the change too. But then when the things that I feel like I need to change or improve upon, I'm not beating myself up, but Lord, help me do better with this. It can be anything. It doesn't. Sometimes people get so caught up with it need to be this great. It could be, I just need to be better with managing my time. Time doesn't manage you. You manage your time. So I say, okay, I'm going to get up and walk first, then I'm going to schedule my post second. But if I schedule these posts first, I'm walking later. So I'm like, it gets hotter, but I'm like, I have to stick to my schedule, whatever it is I need to do. And whatever it is that you need to do, because it's all for your greatest and highest good. It's all for your best self, to live your best life. And it's like nobody's in your life. Nobody's in your home. Nobody's with your children. Nobody knows all your intricate details but you and God and who is with you. That's it. So everybody else, they can have an opinion, but, well, I'm not going to say that. Everybody has one. Just leave it like that. If it's valuable and it's worthy and it's beneficial, I welcome it. If it's just you running your mouth and you don't, no, bye, thank you, but no thank you. You gotta know who you letting deposit things into you. And we cannot make excuses for ourselves, but you don't have to accept anybody else's excuses for other people either. You don't have to be accountable for somebody else's actions. You only be accountable for your actions, and you don't have to be feeling like guilty, and you don't have to feel condemned. You walk in your convictions and you keep it moving. If people are stuck, let them stay stuck. I'm not stuck anymore. Not just in a relationship. I mean, friendships, just a whole bunch of different things that we consume ourselves with and concern ourselves with overly that don't even matter. Because at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your mind, your body, your spirit, your home, your children. It's your life. It's your life. Fake news will have you thinking that you got to include everybody else or you have to get their opinion. But first and foremost, whose opinion that matters the most? God, that's it. Or whoever, God, Jehovah, Yahweh, whatever you believe in, spirit, universe. I'm not here to talk about that part. I'm just saying whatever, the highest and greatest. That's what matters most. Second best thing is you. What do you want to do? What is it you feel? I'm not saying we don't consider people, like I said, or you. That's what partnership is all about, working together. But it has to be balanced. It has to be beneficial. It can't be given too much. You know, we do that. I've done that. We give, and you deplete it. But if you're not being replenished, it's still just going to be like the seesaw when we were in elementary school. And the weight is on one side and the person would jump off, and so you could fall and hit your butt. So like that's what happens when it's not a balance there. Even when people who walk around tell you what you should have, could have done and all that. No. Well, you didn't. Get over it. I didn't do it that way. And if you've been perfect, then you tell me, because nobody's in this world is perfect. Nobody has walked in perfection but one. And that depends on how you believe. I believe in God, Jesus, whatever, the Holy Ghost. So I'm a Christian. So that's the only idea of what I have seen as perfection. I'm imperfectly perfect. I'm made perfect through Him. But I'm not going to walk around in condemnation. I'm not going to walk around feeling guilty. You live, you learn. Take the mess, get your message. Pass the test, you got your testimony. The mistake overturned become a lesson learned. Take that lesson, turn it into your blessing. Period. And the things that you can't control, you just simply say, God, this on you. God, what you want me to do? Show me, lead me, bring it to me. Lead me to it. And then when you do that and you ask that and you pray about that, listen to the answer and then follow it. It may sound crazy. You might not ever turn left on this street. You go right every time because we are routine. We're creatures of habit. That's our nature. But this day He said, turn left. Then do what? Turn left. So all these things have been popping up. I'm in Firestone. So I'm in the rental. It's acting crazy. But I get in Firestone and guess what? This man walks in and he works on air conditioning. And he's like, well, I do plumbing. So he said, I can do your third bathroom for you. When we're talking. But, you know, the questions, he said, well, make sure you ask this question, that question. Because I tell them I felt like they just trying to get over on me. But what I'm saying is, I wasn't even going to Firestone. She said, well, go to the airport and just swap it out. I'm like, I ain't driving to the airport. It's too far. And it was hot, but I went to Firestone. But at the time I went, the moment I went, even sitting in Firestone, I have a conference I'm attending in November. I went to go pay the payment, but something happened, got distracted. But I'm sitting there. I get a message on my phone. Someone can't make the conference. I took that money and applied it to your balance. You have a zero balance. So what I'm telling you is when you stay focused and stay the course, when you really walking what you're saying. Not, I don't get on here and just say this and get off. I'm saying this every day. I'm writing it down. I'm working and I'm walking through it. I'm pushing through it. I'm pressing through it. I'm working through it. I'm asking through it. And he show up every time. Yesterday, I'm in the mall with my sons. We're trying to find his girlfriend a gift. I'm trying to just talk to these people, get things done. Lady called me and she said, hey, I have a friend. She has an empowerment conference this weekend for youth and the speaker can't come. She said, oh, I know somebody who can come in there and do what you need to do to get those youth empowered or whoever you. She said, let me call Tara. But if my prayer in my private and quiet time has been, Lord, exposure, opportunity, awareness, that, this is a big world, especially this, and then entrepreneur, everybody's an entrepreneur, everybody's a coach, everybody's everything, but I'm only can focus on what my niche is, what my gift is, what my connecting piece is. I welcome other people. I'm not in competition with them. Some people I don't aspire to be like, but some of the strategies, tactics, you want to know what works for you. But you do have to learn. We go to school to learn. But I'm sitting there and she said, well, what you doing this weekend? I said, well, I'm going to Birmingham. It's my alumni weekend, But I hadn't paid for it. But I said it even before. I said, well, I don't know what my life going to be like in July. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. So I just, did pay for my shirt and everything. But I could say, but if my prayer has been awareness, exposure, connection, partnership, purposeful partnership, not just meeting people, but with a purpose, then guess what? I'm not going to turn the opportunity down. I'll go speak at this conference, empower these youth, that's my answer. I'm her answer. She's my answer, if that makes any sense. I know what I pray about. I know what I talk about. I know what I walk around. I declare and I decree and I affirm. You got to change your language. You got to say, I can, I will, I have. I say, Lord, this on you. God, this on you. Lord, you got this. Okay, my car. I have to get another one. But even with that, my car was hit at Walmart. And I even sent this paperwork in for them to repair my car. That check came in the mail. So I'm going to, whatever, I was waiting for them. Whenever they finalize this, I don't know what's going to happen. But God is so awesome. He's so good. But when it's not about being perfect, it's about you being faithful. That's the thing. See, you got to, and you can't walk in this heaviness. You got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off. That didn't work. Okay, let me try it again. But when you're on the right path, and I'm wrapping this up, when you're on the right path, if you joined in late, you can catch the replay. I just introduced myself and said, hey, and hope everybody had a happy 4th of July all at the beginning. But if you continue to push through, I'm not saying walk in the spirit of resistance. I'm saying, but you got to push through the things that are trying to push you back, the things that try to stop you. Be open-minded. Be open to receive. Be open to, suggestions and constructive criticism. I'm not talking about the people who hating on you and what you think you doing and who she thinks I ain't. That foolishness, no. Dismiss that quickly. I'm talking about people, Tara, do it this way. Well, I would suggest this, suggest that. Well, why you don't want this? Why think about it. Are you researching? And then when I do it and implement it, it makes much more sense. And I was in a meeting today and I was able to share some of those tidbits. But the whole point about it is no comparison, no competing, but you want counsel. You want, you want partnerships. You want people you want team. Team is good, but it has to be with the right people. So instead of me trying to make it be who I think it should be, I pray about it and let him lead me to who it should be. That event, that ticket getting paid off. Something else happens. He will cause people to give to you. I said, you might tell some. I remember the movie Pay It Forward. At the beginning, when the reporter was building the story up, the man gave him his Jaguar. He's like, no, what you doing? He said, no, I'm paying it forward. So it's still good people in the world, still kind people in the world. There are still people who are, generous. There are people who still want to help. I was like, well, whatever the case may be, I'm not stressing over it, Lord. You're going to make a way, open the door, and it's going to happen. It's on you. I can't lose sleep over what I can't control. I can't, I don't want me and my son, I want us to have a good last few weeks of summer. My oldest son going back to college, youngest son starting senior year. You know, I'm going to be picking up on some other things and doing things. So the point is this, you want to keep your life peaceful. It doesn't mean everything is like all resolved, but what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on your problem or your solution? See, the real fake news wants you focus on your problem. I can't, I don't, they won't listen, I don't have, stop. I was talking to my sister before, I was like, just stop. Not her, but we were having a conversation. And you just want to tell people, just stop. 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 Quit being a victim. Quit being on the pity party. Get in your feelings and then get out. Have a moment. Take a day. Take a night. Take 2. Don't take 5. What are you doing? And I was sharing before about some things were happening that like try to deter me. And I used to be good about that. I'll just be like, forget it, I ain't going. I'll come home, take my clothes off and chill. But who's missing out? Not them, me. And I'm not even talking about on partying. I'm talking about whatever the event was. So when things come to stop you, that's my part of push through. Push through how you really feel, Tara, or you don't want to go, or you know, something happens. I went to the wrong location, but still go. Okay, GPS, how far is the next one? If it's 2 places, you weren't aware of that. But not going, you can miss out on something. So I'm telling you is the real fake news will want you to stop, quit, give up, stay in your way. It got to be your way or no way. Don't want you to compromise. Don't want you to be receptive. You know, we want to do what's easy. What's easy is done fast. So we won't, as long as it's complimentary or accolades. But you got to be able to deal with the tough stuff, the stinky stuff, the hard stuff, the hard conversations, the hard decisions. That's the good news, because that's the thing that demonstrates that you have grown, that you are prospering. And it has to be done in here before it can manifest out there. So the real fake news will want you to stop. It'll want you to give up, want you to retreat. And say, Tara, go ahead and just go over there. You set up positions over there for Cobb County or Douglas County. Just go on back in the classroom and get tortured. I love education. I love my teaching friends. I love teaching. But I'm talking about my journey. That's what said, trust your journey. Trust the process. Trust God. So what's familiar will call you back instantly. But if we want to grow, we can't. Only thing you want to do backwards really is the moonwalk. And if you like me and backing out of your garage or parallel parking, like the literal things. But when it comes to living, making decisions, don't return to bondage. Don't return to feeling defeated. Don't return to despondency. You better find what brings you hope and joy and peace. Hold on to it and keep going. Keep going, keep going. You got to turn your I think I can into I know I can into I am. Got it? I'm Tara Nicole, here to empower, ignite, and uplift. I know that topic sounds real weird, but that's what he gave me, the real fake news. Because we hear the president talk about the media, we're looking at the facts. People looking at facts, and they're like, and his first thing is fake news. I think last month sometime, the first lady, I can't think of her name, whatever, she had on a jacket and it said fake news. So you have to flip the script on that foolishness. But you got to understand what the fake news is. The real fake news is the devil wants you to stop. And enemy, Satan, whatever. The antics, tactics, strategies, people. It could be people that you least expect. I had a conversation with someone in a degree, I'm wrapping this up for real, that I never thought I would have. But guess what? I'm not mad about it. Why? Because it needed to happen. It was from revelations for me, but I had to stand up and stand my ground. Like, no, you got to back up off me. And first of all, why are you calling me anyway? With it, I'm not the person you should be talking to. But it's like, that's all growth. You're going to have to make some tough decisions. You have to stand your ground, stand on what you believe in. You got to keep walking, keep going. So the real fake news wants you to be second guessing yourself all the time, not wanting to receive what people have to give for you, to sit back on your gifts, to shrink, not to shine. Don't do it. Don't. The good news is you got to hold on, keep on, Keep pushing, keep pressing. And I'm wrapping up with this. And the post that I put, it says you are one exit away from your breakthrough. And the whole idea behind that is, think about when you're traveling and you think you lost, and you're like, Lord, this don't look familiar at all. Especially, like, literally, if you use Waze, because Waze will take you all kind of places. It gets you there quickly, but Waze will have you, and you'll be like, what the world? But you beat people who using, what's the other one? The first one, the maps and the car GPS. It was on the news last year. So what I'm saying is, it may take you a different way, but don't turn around. Don't do a U-turn, because that next, and you get off on the exit, or you get there, oh wait, dang, it did bring me right here. Oh yeah, this is where I was supposed to be. But you were going to turn around. You are one exit from your breakthrough. One exit from your breakthrough. One exit. Now, how many miles in between the exits, nobody knows. So don't be up here trying to discredit what I'm saying. Now, you have to think with your other brain, or that higher level thinking. But what I'm saying, seriously, you one exit away. Why you're not halfway in, you halfway out. Don't turn around. Keep moving, keep going, because, and even with your breakthrough, something has to break. Loose, break free. Something has to break. Something, they don't have nothing to break. Something has to break in order for that something to flow in. So you want exit from your breakthrough. And as the theme was, we've been talking about it, don't get off the bus. Some people gonna get off. We used to ride the Max bus in Birmingham. When we were young, and my mom, we would go to Zare. I know that I'm telling my age, and we would go up to Century Plaza and all that stuff up there. But thank you. So I have it too on my thing, Titania. And I recreated it. Kelly Lane, she posted the first one, and I redid it. But we used to ride the Max bus, and think about it. Even if you're on the school bus is different, but think about the school bus, any bus. There's a stop in several places. But think about the regular bus. People are going to get off. Let them get off, but don't get off until the final stop. And the final stop has to be whatever it is that you are being led. Whatever it is, it can get discouraging. It can be, oh God, you can feel like you're in a twilight zone. But if that thing won't leave you alone, you know you're on the right path. You just gotta walk it out. You gotta walk it out. You can't retreat, because it's in you. And you gotta let perseverance have its perfect work. Period. So don't get off the bus. And we're going to lose some people, some things along the way. Some stops going to be made, and some things are going to be, people going to get off. Think about when you cleaning out your house. I gave away so much stuff. But how can I make room for new if I don't get rid of the old? That's with everything, even the way you think. If you don't clear out these old ways of thinking. We love our grandparents and great-grandparents, even our parents. It don't mean that scope isn't limited. Our children do stuff different than we do. What I'm saying is, you gotta let anything that's stopping you or blocking you. Some things we won't even know. So pray about it. Ask for revelation of it. Because if we want to be our best self, live our best life, then guess what? We got to figure out what's stopping us, what's blocking us. Even how it could be anything. And I'm gonna talk about it. This is a book by Ruby Payne called it's all about the hidden rules of poverty. And it was really about kids, understanding students when you teach. But oh my God, if you are an adult and you read it, you understand all the people around you that are your age or older. It explains, so it's because it's all mental. So don't let the fake news stop you or block you. Get into the good news, the great news, positive things. Don't just say it as a cliche, I'm blessed and highly favored. No, I am blessed and highly favored. I find favor in the sight of God and man. And why? Because my trip got paid off. I wasn't expecting that. Then I get a call, and I'm speaking somewhere Saturday at 1:00. Favor. Because I'm staying focused. I'm staying the course. I don't just be writing a hashtag, Empower, Ignite, Uplift. No, I mean that. And I'm walking in it. I talk to myself like I talk to you. Anyway, don't let the real fake news stop you. The good news is you are one exit away. You're one step away. You're one prayer away. You're one song away from your breakthrough. And remember, when you ask God to answer a prayer, you have no control over how he answers it. We want him to answer it one way, but he may bring it another way, and it may look so ugly. But if you go back in reflection and think about what you asked him to do, show me what I don't see, confirm what I do feel, reveal to me what's hidden. Oh my God, it may scare you. It may, you be like, well, y'all want to know that. But you do need to know it, because remember, it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. Your highest and greatest good, so you can live your best life and be your best self. I'm Tara Nicole, here to empower, ignite, and uplift. Do not get off until it's your final stop. You are one exit away from your breakthrough. Remember, you are halfway out, not halfway in. God bless you. Good night. See you soon.